This next high mileage Ram episode brought to you by Real Truck. If you don't mind, stick around to the end of the video. I've got some more information I want to share with you. Hey everybody, welcome back to Truck Central. I am Mr. Justin Wheeler, and this is my 2019 Ram 1500 Limited High Mileage Edition. Now, based on the thumbnail and the title of this video, you probably guessed that this video is not necessarily about the Ram 1500. This is about the new 2022 Ford Lightning EV, Ford's first fully electric pickup truck. I'd mentioned in a couple other videos that I had made a reservation for the Ford Lightning. In fact, I made that reservation in May of 2021. So it's been over a year since I decided that the Ford Lightning was potentially a good fit for me. Well, I have canceled that reservation, and let me kind of explain my thought process, because some of you might be in the same situation. And let me explain how I ultimately decided that the Lightning may not actually be a good choice for me. Now, before I get into the primary reasons for why I canceled the Lightning membership, it's probably worth mentioning and revisiting what drove me to make the reservation in the first place, because this truck obviously has plenty of life left in it. Last year when I pre-ordered the Lightning, I was probably only at just over 100,000 miles, and this truck has been great to me. So why did I pre-order in the first place? Well, one, it was marketed to be fairly affordable. Two, I spend probably over $1,500 a month just in fuel in this truck. So it's not the most economical from a fuel consumption perspective, so that's worth keeping in mind. And I was really impressed by the trunk in the front. I've always said, and I've been pretty honest about this, I don't think I could have another truck without the Ram boxes. The Ram boxes have me sold. But a frunk it kind of achieves the same thing. So I thought, well, the Lightning may be able to meet some of the same standards that Ram has delivered on. Storage space, fuel economy, looks good, is affordable. So I thought, hell, we'll pre-order it and we'll see what happens. Okay, so that's what I was thinking. This could be a cool truck. Early on, we didn't really know about range, so I thought, well, we'll see. So that's why I was sold on the Lightning at first. And now I'm going to tell you why I've changed my mind. 3 primary topics: price, range, and availability. To touch on price, I thought that I was going to be able to get a Lightning for $40,000. And at $40,000, it's probably a good deal. To be fair, you can get a Lightning for $40,000. It's their Pro model. That's the trim level that they call it. It goes Pro, XLT, Lariat, and Platinum. Those are the only 4 trim groups you can get. And that Pro model does start at $40,000, but it is bare bones. It's vinyl seats, vinyl floor. It's got the smaller range battery. It doesn't have the Blue Cruise. It's base model. And going from a Ram 1500 Limited like this to a base model, I'm just not ready to make those concessions. So what would I have to spend to get a 1500 Limited style of ride to get that level of comfort? Well, they've got the XLT that starts at $52,000, and that's like base bottom price, minimum $52,000 without upgrades and destination charges and all that out the door fees and stuff. The Lariat starts at $67,000, so out the door you're probably closer to $80,000, and then the Platinum is $90,000 minimum, probably going to get out the door over $100,000. And of those 4 trim packages, the only one that would probably rival the comfort and drivability of the Ram is the Platinum. So $90,000, $100,000 for that kind of money, it just doesn't make sense. So now let's segue into the next topic of concern, the range. The lower trim models come standard with the standard range battery. That's a 230-mile range. It is 426 horsepower, 770 foot-pound of torque. It's probably great for local around town driving. For me, there's many days I'll drive 1,000 miles in a day. 230 just will not get it done. Now, the higher trim packages come standard with the extended range battery, 300 miles. I think the Lariat actually has 320-mile range, while the Platinum only has 300-mile range. I don't understand why the higher trim package has a shorter range. I assume it's because the higher trim package has more gizmos that draw power from the battery, and so you're compromising overall distance. That bigger battery is bumped up to 560-ish horsepower, same torque at 775, and 300 miles. It's a little disappointing that going from a $40,000 base model with a 230-mile range, double the cost of the Platinum, more than double the cost of the Platinum, $100,000, and you're only getting 70 more miles per full charge. It's just not enough. And then finally, it's just the general availability. The Ford Lightnings are still not at the dealerships on the lot. You still can't get them. There's really no indicator for when they'll be available. Ford is claiming that in 2022, this year, there will be Lightnings on the lot. Pre-orders will have been fulfilled, but it's going to be a limited number of those pre-orders or reservations. Not everybody who pre-ordered in 2021 is going to get their Lightning in 2022. So that means, realistically, with all the supply chain problems that we're seeing today, I probably wouldn't have got my Lightning until 2023. And that probably lines up well with when the Ram is going to have to be retired, just based on a mileage perspective. But it's just the uncertainty doesn't bode well with me. I want to have kind of a rock solid plan for transitioning out of this truck and into a new one. So the lack of confidence in the Ford Lightning showing up at a certain time was the nail in the coffin for canceling that reservation. There are a few more kind of minor nudges that kind of pushed me over the edge and kind of got me to decide to cancel the reservation. One thing that I really like about the Ford Lightning is that you can get it with Blue Cruise, which is Ford's self-driving capability or software and hardware package on the trucks. The Ford Lightning does come with Blue Cruise if you buy I think you can get it in the Lariat and the Platinum models, but it does not operate when you're towing, and it does not self-change lanes. So it's kind of a rudimentary self-driving system. The Tesla system's better. The GM system is better. With GM, you can tow in self-driving mode or change lanes. I don't think that you can tow and change lanes. You can do one or the other. So if you're running without a trailer, it'll change lanes for you in the self-driving mode, or you can pull the trailer and it'll stay in the single lane, similar to the Blue Cruise. Now, that's probably something that can be updated over the air. I'm sure that's all software. I imagine the hardware in the Lightning is there, but to date, it's not as good as the competition. And then there is one other catalyst that kind of helped change my mind, and that was Ram's marketing for their electric vehicle really kind of coincided with what I felt like was kind of negative Ford Lightning impressions that I had started to develop. So shortly after the Ford Lightning was available to actually place your order, so pre-orders went May of last year. Then January of this year, you could actually submit your order, build your truck and submit it. And shortly after that, Ram started coming out with their Ram EV marketing material. And it kind of got the wheels turning. Like, if I'm going to have an electric vehicle and I'm going to pay a premium for it, and I'm going to have to wait an unknown amount of time, maybe it makes sense to stick with where I'm at. Imagine a super high power, long range electric vehicle with Ram boxes and a frunk. The Lightning is cool. I like it. It's a nice truck. I'm sure it's going to do well and perform well, and it's going to sell well. But, man, these Rams have been good to me, so I'm going to do them a favor and hold out just a little bit longer. Regardless of which truck I buy next, when it's time to retire the old Granny Rammy here, you can rest assured that all the aftermarket parts and upgrades will come from Real Truck. Real Truck is our sponsor again this season, so if you need anything like tires, running boards, tonneau covers, intakes, whatever, head on over to realtruck.com and give it a look. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns about my decision to cancel the Lightning, please let me know down below. If you've got one coming, I would love to hear it. I always look forward to talking to you. Thanks for watching.